Oh shit, y'all heard the story about a boy in Washington State who was putting online that he was about to, like, he was gonna shoot up a school or something like that. Good morning, y'all, and welcome to today's tea you need to know before you hit the dough, while you sip your cup of joe, or while you hit your blow. Ready, set, let's go. Y'all. So the Epstein files then oozed out. They done found their way out into the public, and I don't know if this is inclusive of what's at the DOJ or what they have. I don't know, but I reckon that the DOJ have what the Epstein estate have. All right, so T bitch, it's messy, but so the Congressional Oversight Committee, so I guess subpoenaed or asked the Epstein estate for that, for whatever documents and files they had. So within that were some pictures and documents, but one of the things were a letter that Donald Trump said did not exist. Tap in. Mess. So Donald Trump sued the Wall Street Journal because back in July, the Wall Street Journal was like, oh, allegedly there's this book that Ghislaine Maxwell made for Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump wrote a letter in it, bitch. And Donald Trump said he don't draw a picture, and so they described what the letter looked like, XYZ. But the journal didn't put the letter, but the words, the text of the letter. And so people came up with the outline, and the Wall Street Journal described what the letter looked like, bitch. So Donald Trump came out and was like, "This letter doesn't exist. I don't even draw. None of this is real. This is fake news." So Donald Trump sued the Wall Street Journal because it said it was defamation and it caused him to lose money. So, to fast forward to now, this letter came out. So many issues, so many things. The Wall Street Journal, which was actually one of the owner of it, which Rupert Madoff, whatever his name is, was one of Donald Trump's good friends. It was some rigmarole because Vance had went to see him after all of that happened. But now the letter is out from the Epstein estate, and Caroline Levitt said that it's clear that Donald Trump did not draw this letter. Bitch. And it's signed by Donald. So, and this just the beginning. This just started to come out. They just got these. They probably had them overnight. They probably was overnight looking. So who knows what else? Oh, and bitch, just a little bit more tea about what was in the files, bitch. So apparently, it's a picture of them of like Epstein and some people in there holding a big check, and the check was allegedly for the sale of a woman. And I don't know if Donald Trump signed it or Epstein signed it, but it was supposed to be a joke. Woo, child. So Donald Trump say he is considering sending the National Guard to Chicago. He said he may or he may not. Paul Trump spoke at the National Bible Museum yesterday, and that was a very interesting speech. Y'all seen the plane that was flying to the Caribbean, and then when it landed, the landing gear fell, and so it kind of bounced off the runway, and people had to escape, like emergency land, get off the plane, and they had to phone the runway just in case of emergency. Just thinking. So I don't know if y'all remember, I told y'all in Florida they got rid of the vaccine mandate. So an interviewer asked the governor of Florida if he did any like research or any prep before getting rid of the mandate, and he said nope. Oh, bitch, now. Yesterday, the Supreme Court, or I believe it was a Supreme Court ruling that you could racially profile. ICE could racially profile. Like, y'all looked that case up, but it was a big case, so it should be real easy to find. E. Jean Carroll, that's the lady who said Donald Trump, like, sexually assaulted her. She won Donald Trump appeal. A court upheld her, and he got to pay her like $83 million. But somebody says he paid it already. But I don't know, bitch. I don't know. But that's the tea. So the Korean president, he said he was on his way down here. How long it take to get here from Korea? Because he said yesterday he was on his way. I'm on the way doing 80 and 60. Fuck the ticket. He getting his niggas in a minute. He say he come and pick up his people. He got to make sure they get home in class. He said he chartered a plane for enough for the amount of people that he need to bring back, because there's no way that he gonna send his people back the way the U.S. handle people. And they got to figure out how they going to do business, bitch. And when I say how they going to do business, like with the United States, and if they're going to continue to do business with the United States, because if this how they treat the business that they give to the United States, they don't know. Donald Trump say, you know, maybe we can work something out. Maybe you can teach us what you're doing so we can do it. And I think that was the plan, but they just, you know, came prematurely. You get what I'm saying? So outside of Alligator Alcatraz still being allowed to be open, I don't know if I told you that. A court ruled that Trump can keep Alligator Alcatraz open for now. But outside of that, I hear that the ICE detention centers are absolutely disgusting. That's what the word on the street is. Y'all heard of the story about the man who stole his 3 or 4 kids and he been on the run for a couple years, and then they just found him with the kids and ended up killing him? Yeah, look that story up. It was interesting. Kevin Bassett, the guy who was like the jobs report is going to trend up. I don't know if I told y'all the jobs report was horrible, but if I didn't, Donald Trump is thinking of making him the head of the Fed Reserves because he don't like Jerome Too Late Powell. So y'all remember how I told y'all that Mike Johnson said that Trump was a FBI informant? He walked that back and said that's not what he meant. Maybe he overspoke. But he said he was speaking what the people already knew. So what is you saying, Mikey boy? Is he or ain't he? Was he or won't he? Donald Trump is really the greatest troll of them all, but Tom Hanks was supposed to get an award from West Point, but he didn't get it. For the purposes, they said they wanted to do things that were more in line with the mission of the school. And Donald Trump was like super happy about that because I guess he don't fuck with Tom Hanks. So that's TV. So word on the street is the U.S. Open smell like Loud Pack. And I think one of the players was upset about it because they said it's distracting. But bruh, like, chill. Are you serious? Did you lose? Because if you lost because of the smell of Loud Pack, you need to get somebody to smoke around you when you play. So, one, you can chill the fuck out, and then you can understand how to play under those conditions, too. Lame, man. Yeah, I just seen the story. It's sad. I'm sorry. But a dad died at a son's funeral. And I think, honestly, that makes sense. I'm surprised more parents don't die at their kids' funerals. Like, heart attack. I probably would. Like, instantly. I'm going with you, Johnny. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, shit, y'all heard the story about a boy in Washington State who was putting online that he was about to, like, he was going to shoot up a school or something like that. And he kept saying it, so people said something, and they arrested him. They went to the boy's house, and he had, like, an arsenal of weapons and shit like that, but they supposed to be letting him out. He 13. Please don't let him out, because they say when they went to go arrest him, and his house, like, he praised the school mass the mass shooters, the mass school shooters, and he had like all of their shit all over his walls and shit. Do not release him. What Donald Trump say, cashless bail. For people like that, I think that's in line with what Melania was talking about, anything, the preemptive stuff. Oh, lock him up. Lock him up, don't let him out, boy. And the real tea is that the Republicans is turning the table because a lot of Republicans are starting to speak up against or about Donald Trump. And like, again, I'll say it's not if, but when the information about Donald Trump comes out. Because it's a lot of tea. It's a lot of stuff I believe that's going to be in them files. And I believe that the public in the next couple of days are going to be in awe. Maybe not though. But that's the tea you need to know. Oh, and I forgot to ask y'all. Y'all seen what's going on in Nepal. They cutting up like they was cutting up in Indonesia last week. I think it's because of corrupt government, and I also think it's because of social media banning there. But shit, y'all gotta tap in and see for yourself.